Yo, what's going on, everybody? Keith from Almost in Full Color, and today I'm bringing you a review for the RPG Ys VIII Lacrimosa of Dana. So we got some bad news that Tales of Arise was delayed until further notice, which really sucked. But we also got good news, which was that Ys IX Monstrum Nox got a 2021 release time frame for the West. So super happy, and I decided, hey, you know what? I should really do an Ys VIII video, just to show people an RPG that they may not have played and may be very well interested in. So the Ys series features a hero named Adol and his best friend Dogi. It's pretty much their adventures. You can jump into pretty much any title and not feel lost at all. There are some there is some information, like background information about, okay, like which country is like this and which country is allied with who. But overall, you can play the game and not feel as if you're behind the ball or anything, which is great because you can just jump into one and play and you feel great about it. In this particular one, you are on a boat chilling, and then the boat ends up crashing and you're a castaway at this point, and you got to figure out how to make it work. With that being said, let's get to my first thing that I always start with, which is the visuals. Visually, the game looks okay. It's not going to blow you away at all. And I know some people are going to say, well, this came out in 2016. That is very true. But in 2016, we got games like Uncharted 4, Overwatch, Final Fantasy 15, Deus Ex. So we got to, like, just comparatively, we knew 2016 had some pretty good looking things. So by that standard, yeah, like, not really the greatest. The story is okay. For a JRPG story, it's not bad at all. It has a good baseline. Hey, I'm stuck on an island and I'm trying to get off of this island, but there's a mystery to this island. So it does really feel really good adventure type game. From there, I'm going to go into the sound. Now, the voice acting is like, oh, okay. It's it's not the best, but the soundtrack is pretty good. I really like the battle game music, and it just gives that feeling of I'm on an adventure. I'm just, trucking along. And when I get into a boss battle, it feels like, oh, okay, boss battle music is on. So I really like the BGM for this game, and it really matches the vibe of the island. Like, it has an islandy type vibe to it also. So very good in terms of all that, and with the sound effects that come from, swords making impact with enemies, your feet hitting the ground. All the normal accoutrements are there, so kudos to the sound team for everything that they did. Amazing work, except for the voice acting. The Japanese voice acting is much better. I would, if you prefer subs and all that, I kind of encourage you to do that instead. But moving on from there, the real shining gem of this game is the gameplay. Now, it is like a hack and slash type, so it's more akin to like Trials of Mana, Secret of Mana, Star Ocean, the Tales games. So we're talking more of gameplay like that. So also, just like those games, you kind of have a base combo that you can pull off, and then from there you can then clip in a skill. So it's pretty dope in that terms. And once you end up getting hip to that type stuff, then you can realize that your character will like flash blue at times, and at that point, if you time it just right, you can get an extra hit out of your base combo. So that like leads to more type of clipping and canceling and all that type stuff. I play the game on hard. I think that's like a good difficulty to play this type in, because I didn't want to just walk through enemies or whatever. Every character has a type of damage affinity, and every enemy is susceptible to a damage type affinity. So you have like piercing damage, slashing damage, bludgeoning damage. So depending on your person, they may deal better damage to a person with a hard shell. Bludgeoning damage will like really destroy somebody with a hard shell, whereas piercing damage is going to have a hard time getting through that shell. So piercing damage is going to do less damage to that person. Slashing damage would be neutral. Bludgeoning would get the damage multiplier. Enemies have a wide range of affinities in that sort of susceptibilities in that format. So it makes you really game plan, okay, which character do I need to use? By the way, you can switch on the fly. So just literally in a moment's notice, you can switch your character, and then you can mix it up. And it's pretty dope. It kind of leads to a little bit more in the combo department as well, because switching it up, you can start a combo with somebody and launch somebody and then try to follow it up with another character. It does take some practice to do this, but once you end up getting there, it's amazing. You have a lot of skills also that will help bolster that and make it easier late game. There also is no blocking in this game. It's a pure dodge mechanic game. If you dodge at the perfect time, you go in something called a flash move, and that's going to allow you to get more hits off. It kind of slows down time and allows you to get more hits off. So before, you may have only gotten, 2 hits per second in a flash move. You may be able to get, 4 hits and then a skill off if you clip it right. So it really rewards you for honing in, watching the ad, and just dodging at the perfect time. Or it allows you to close gaps if you're dealing with a projectile based enemy. Like if they're just shooting stuff at you, if you time it just right, you can flash dodge and then you could just run up on them. All depends on how you like the game plan it. Me personally, I'm an up in your face type guy. So I always love being in the ad's face, measuring out what to do. Also, a lot of enemies that you should not fuck with at certain times. Like, I love that aspect too, because you'll just walk across an enemy and naturally you're like, I could take that guy. And then you get in there, you're like, nah, never mind. I need to go level up, but I'm coming back for you. And when I come back, it's not going to be pretty for you. So I also really love that they also give you just like a lot to work towards in terms of, hey, like, go do other stuff. He'll be here when you come back. And then you can really see like if you've leveled well and done a lot of that stuff well. Speaking of which, you have your village. Now, your village is small at first, but you find other castaways on the island as your story progresses, and you can recruit them to come back to your island. Now, a lot of them have a certain skill that they're going to bring back to that island. Now, your best friend, Dogi, he kind of stays behind, and he's pretty much an all-around type guy. He can do whatever. So he's pretty much going to help fortify the village and do that type stuff. But you can have specialists come in. You can recruit doctors, you can recruit a tailor, you can recruit a blacksmith to really get your weapons upgraded. And that's just a few of the people that you can bring back in and how they're very helpful to your village. It's absolutely amazing. From there are things called raids that will occur. So beasts will get, just overly aggravated and try to come just run up on your village and just take it over. You need to protect it. There's a lot of stuff in your village that you actually want to, keep protected. So you can fortify a lot of things, barricades, lures that would lure the animals away, obviously. You have, stun gongs, catapults, you name it. And at some point, you can actually, if you level up your village very well, if a raid is happening, you actually don't even have to go do it. Like, if you've leveled it up pretty good, you could just say, like, no, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'll let, everyone back at the village pretty much run that. And if you do it, like I said, if it's good enough, like, it'll hold up. Another great thing is that while you're out exploring, you're going to run across so many materials, so many mats. But when you come back to your village, you may need a mat that you really didn't run into a whole lot while you were out. Or, you just didn't have the time to grind it out. But it's dope because people in the village are also donating to your mat pile. So you may need to trade something. They're like, hey, you need iron ore. Give me some of that strange mass. Give me like 10 of those and I'll give you 1 iron ore. Some of these mats you're going to run into just a ridiculous abundance. Like trading in, it's like, oh yeah, I'll give you 10 of those because I have 100 of them. So yeah, take that. I just need 1 ore to fortify or enhance my weapon. Really great that, kind of something like that is in place to where you're not having to spend mindless hours just looting and just looking for mats all over the island just to upgrade your weapon. You will have to at some point, but it does make it a bit easier. Overall, the gameplay is just super, super complex in a way. It makes you care about your village, leveling up your village, leveling up your people, your skills. There's so many layers to this that you'll get lost in the gameplay above anything else. In conclusion, with that being said, this game is super dope. If you're a big fan of RPGs, especially the Tales, the Mana series, the Star Ocean series, I think you really, really would enjoy this. It's a great RPG. Like I said, it's not going to be the most easy on the eyes, if you will, but I think you'll get used to the visuals because the gameplay is that captivating. It's just going to draw you in, and before you know it, you're like, oh my God, I got to get this stuff from my village. I highly encourage it. Go check out Lacrimosa of Dana and be on the lookout for Ys 9, which is set to come out in 2021, which I'm definitely doing a review for. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Peace, be easy, be blessed.